Earl's mother told me she was not prosecuted. That she testified against her ex-husband. And so did Dawn. He pled guilty. He got 4 years, I think. But the district attorney's office asked Earl's mom, told her that they could send him to prison, or they could not give him a sentence and make him pay lots of money. She chose to send him to prison. So all of her concern about the money and financial support, I guess that was bullshit too. She said the reason she didn't report it was because of she wasn't able to support her children. And why didn't she take the money? She did not put Earl in treatment for it. He didn't go to counseling for the rapes that he experienced for so many years. I believe at some point before Earl met me that he was a practicing homosexual. I think that he dated a guy who I worked with at the post office, because I remember there was a blonde guy that was gay who lived at the address where Earl lived when I met him, and he said he had a boyfriend named Earl. I didn't put that together until years later. Earl never told me that he had any homosexual relationship. He never told me that. And the guy, when I met Earl, that guy wasn't there. And Earl told me he didn't have any roommates. So I just trusted that he was telling me the truth. And I thought that was just circumstantial, that there was more people in the world named Earl. And other people lived in that house before he did, you know. How silly of me to think that. And I also thought, well, he's not telling me that he had a homosexual relationship. And he's telling me the truth. Look at all this wonderful poetry he writes and how much he loves Jesus, you know. So that's just circumstantial. He, you know, denies it. I even asked him if he was gay, and he told me no. He had to be bisexual if he was gay. because I'm not the first woman that he dated. um, so that's the story of Earl to Pearl. I met Earl. I was 26 when I met Earl. He worked at the 7-Eleven on Bedford Avenue by the college, and he asked me for my phone number, said, well, call me, take me out today. I said, okay. I was obese then. I weighed over 250 pounds. Graduated from college. I weighed 254 my senior year. So he knew I was obese. I weigh 300 now. I usually weighed about 275. I dropped to 216. It was the lowest weight when I lived on Fort Avenue. That was my weight. 216. But if his arguments are that, my obesity was repulsive to him, so he fucked around on me because he couldn't stand my obesity. Well, I was always obese when he knew me. So, and he got abusive. He became abusive later, where he would say my fat ass, stuff like that. Just hateful. I told my mother that. She later asked me that he used to have an affair. She said they always become hateful like that when they're screwing around. Married men too. She was right. So that is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. going to McDonald's now.